So some examples of entry events. What you did last week, starting off, was an entry event. All the objects in the room that they have to figure out, that's an entry event. I like that one because it builds curiosity. They have to figure it out. One thing, the invisible ink that I did with you guys, shaking hands last time, that's an entry event. That was one of my first projects here. And it was great because the students didn't know what was coming and definitely had them hooked. You want them to get excited with your entry event. You don't want your product to start off with, oh man, this could be lame. So you want to build some excitement. One of my favorite entry events that we did freshman year, and they did it last year to the new freshmen, I'm sure they'll do it this year, is for imperialism. I talked to our IT guy and had him come in with a cart and said, sorry guys, there's a new program down the hall and they've made the decision that you guys aren't going to have your laptops anymore. You have to turn them in. And we took all their laptops away and they were freaking out. And our students, as you know, are here by choice. Kids are like, I'm not coming to this school anymore. I'm leaving. They're texting their mom. One kid left the room in tears. Like I had to get him out of there just so he didn't embarrass himself. And my favorite was this kid from Sparta who was like, Mr. Keckley, I am a farmer. This is the first technology I've ever had. You can't take this away from me. And he wouldn't talk to me for 2 days. And we literally took him out of the room. And then, it was only like 15 minutes or so, but the frustration was so high. We gave him back, but then we talked about imperialism. How does it feel to lose something that is important to you? Now imagine if it was someone coming in and taking some of your family member as a slave, or taking your house, or taking over your country. How would that feel compared to a laptop that, hate to break it to you guys, isn't even yours, it's ours. So, doing something like that to get them emotionally involved is perfect for an entry event. This week, Monday and Tuesday, we went to Michigan State, and this is sweet, and I hate to say this since I'm being recorded, but I did wear my Michigan jacket, so I'm a big Michigan fan, and this week of all weeks. But we went to their superconducting cyclotron lab, and that was really cool. So a field trip can be a great entry event if you can have a field trip. We're starting a project on we call it the Nuke project. And the fun thing about that is, we like to not tell them, so we email their parents. They know they're going on a field trip, but they don't know where. And so we get there, and they want to know what class this is for, to which I always answered yes. And that frustrated them more. But again, try to build the curiosity, right? Why lay it out there for them? Make them interested. So they come back, and now they all know it's science, it's chemistry. We went and saw the super conductor cyclotron lab. It was really cool. I was impressed. So Wednesday morning, we got them all together in one room, all the sophomores, and our science teacher starts explaining our driving question, which is, how does nuclear technology affect power? And he's going on and on about the science behind it and all the power and all that. And then he gives them a little signal to me, so I know he's done, and I interrupt and said, no, you're all wrong. This is not what it's about at all. This is about global power in positioning of countries. Nuclear technology determines who's important in the world. This is about the Cold War, and I talk all about the Cold War. Then the math teacher interrupts me and says, no, that's not what it's about at all. This is about the power of a bomb. We're going to look at the blast radius for geometry and do all the angles and all these things for geometry of nuclear power. And then the English teacher interrupts and explains, oh, we're going to do a PSA at the end about nuclear technologies. So now we've shown students that this isn't just a project about science or social studies, but real learning integrates everything. So that's kind of the cool one we're doing right now. And we got them all excited because then it was fun. Next year we're thinking about doing the epic rap battle to go against each other. But
you say epic rap battle?
Yeah, have you seen those?
Yeah. I've heard of them, yes.
They're good, but they're mostly inappropriate for school. So you got to kind of do your own to make it clean. They're funny. Epic rap battles of history. Check them out. You can definitely waste some time on that on YouTube. Another one that's been really powerful is a guest speaker. And favorite guest speakers we've had have been refugees before we did a project on genocide and slavery and all those things. So we brought in one of the Lost Boys or a refugee from Rwanda, and they tell their story. And it doesn't get any more powerful than that to start a project. So a guest speaker, a scientist, an expert in the field, which it's even better if you can tie that into your authentic audience at the end, bring them in as a guest speaker, and then if they're willing to be your audience at the end, they're introducing the project, and then guess what? It's not your project, it's, hey, we're helping out this group over here. You've now made your project much more authentic, where it's, the purpose is transparent to the students, it's not for you, teacher, it's for business, community, whoever. So that's a bunch of ideas for entry events. The other thing we often use is videos too. So, showing a good video, we used last year for the Cold War, I think we used, a lot of people use this one, We Didn't Start the Fire song. It goes through Billy Joel, goes through all the history of those. So you find a fun video like that or something like that can be used, or you make your own. Sometimes we make our own. I'll show you, I guess I'll show you one example. This is for a Spanish-American War. And you'll see he's introducing the content, but also the final product is in here too. Hopefully my volume's good.